Hello and welcome. In this video I'm going to be explaining the three pills, and if you've not heard of those terms before, there are three pills: the blue, red and black pill, which is basically like the belief systems that people have on attracting women. And I'm just going to go over a quick overview of them right now. So first we have the blue pill. This is where you'll hear things like in relation to attracting women, like, oh, you just need to be yourself. When you stop looking, the right girl will come to you. You just need to be a nice person. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Like all of the cliche, like sort of sayings, like this is what you'll hear. And most people start off with a blue pill because this is like, and the source of this will be like your mum will tell you this information. You'll hear it a lot in the media. This is like the prominent beliefs. Like you'll hear it in like Disney films. Like the poor servant will, with a good personality, will get the beautiful princess over the rich and high status, good looking prince or king, whatever. And girls will also give blue pill advice. Like if you ask girls for dating advice, they will tell you things like, oh, you just need to be yourself. Yeah, you just need to be a nice person, and then girls will like you. If I was going to sum this up in one sentence, it would just be, it is that it's pleasing to hear, because it's like usually really vague and unhelpful advice. Like if you haven't already discovered that already from your own experiences, it doesn't really work. You can be all yourself all you like and it doesn't help, but it's pleasing to hear, it's nice to say, and it's like simple. It's just, but it's a bit vague. It doesn't really help you. Then once people usually realize that this whole concept is crap, then they usually move over into the red pill. And this is where you'll hear phrases like, oh, women, no, they don't care about personality, you just need to be confident. They like a confident guy. Or you'll hear stuff like, oh, you just need to work on yourself. You need to go to the gym. You need to get a haircut. You need to shower more, take good care of your skin, brush your teeth, etc. You need to learn game. So you need to like improve your pickup skills, be good at talking to women, like make them laugh, things like that. And just overall, you need to just become more alpha, more confident, more masculine, and that is how you'll be able to attract women. And there is an element of truth to that. You'll hear these beliefs from like usually an older brother, like somebody who's more experienced, like in talking to women than you, or pick up art communities on like YouTube, things like that. And they'll teach you that women, like, they're actually attracted to masculine men, not necessarily like just the nice guys. And if I was going to sum this up in one sentence, I would say that changes in your behaviour lead to success. So you need to go to the gym, you need to work on yourself, and like it's in your power to make these changes, and then you'll be able to attract women. And then moving on to the black pill, which you'll hear stuff like women want Chad, women only care about looks, and it's over for whatever sells. So short sells, for say, which is somebody who is significantly below average height. It is impossible for him to attract women. And this contrasts from the red pill, which will tell you, oh, the short guy just needs to work on himself. However, if you're short, there isn't a lot you can do. You can only, because it's impossible to go to the gym to like get a really big body. You can do that, but it's not going to help. If you're short, you're short. And a lot of women will reject you because of that. And you'll hear things like this, the like tenets of the black pill. The evidence will come from things like Tinder studies, which shows that like the best looking men, the 8s and 9s, will get hundreds of matches compared to the worst looking men, the short men, the ugly men, the overweight men. They will get like literally zero. And also a lot of it's now becoming more widespread in the media, like the backgrounds of like YouTube and Reddit. And if I was going to sum up the black pill in one sentence, I would describe it as your genetics lead to your success. So being a good-looking, tall, large specimen, masculine alpha male will help you attract women. And there are things you can do to improve that, which is what the red pill would say, but it doesn't go far enough. You can't improve your face by going to the gym. Like, you can improve it a little by like lowering your body fat percentage, but you can't it will eventually be the ceiling. So there's only so much you can do to improve your face. You can get a haircut, you can clean your teeth, you can wash your face, get good skincare, but there's only so much you can do. And after doing all of that, like you might be able to go from like a 4 to a 6, but you're never gonna have a situation of a man going from a 2 out of 10 to an 8 out of 10 through going all of these working on himself, like sort of things to improve. And now I'm gonna go through the 6 attractors of women. And if you aren't aware of these 6 factors, or you like want to guess, I'd say pause the video now and you can try to work all of them out. And you might come up with more than 6 or something, but a lot of them like tie in with each other. So like the first one is personality. So like you might say that, oh, kindness is a good attractor of women, and also being a gentleman is a good attractor of women. But they all kind of like, all of those sorts of things tie in with personality. So your personality is a good attractor of women. So pause the video now if you want more time to try and figure them out yourself. So the next one, attractor of women, would be game. So this is like your confidence, your macho, how good you are at chatting, like to talking to girls, making them laugh, making them attracted to you. Then the next one would be like your money and status, which is very closely linked. So a software developer is going to earn more money than your McDonald's employee, and he's also going to be higher status. But they aren't like 100% correlated. So status will also branch off into things like how good your social circle is, friendship groups, being in a position of power as well. So like members of parliament in the UK will have a lot of status. They will have quite a lot of money, but by no means like be the richest people on the planet. Like they will be entrepreneurs. So like status, being in a position of power would increase your status. Then we come on to height. So ideal height would be about 6'2" to 6'3", and that would be like ideal. But it's also attractive to be anywhere from 6 foot, sorry, to about 6'6". But then once you get below that height or above that range, if you're above 6'6", then they will end up like causing you detriment in some ways. Then obviously face, doesn't need explaining. Like good attractive faces are going to make you attractive to women. And last one being having a good body. So obviously being muscular, low body fat percentage, will make you more attracted to women. Again, that ties in with height a bit, and also it is somewhat correlated to height in the respect that you can go too far over the spectrum. So if you have a lower body fat percentage, if you end up having 2% body fat percentage, which is like incredibly low, like that is like bodybuilder like type low, that can end up making things worse. So ideal body fat percentage is anywhere from between about 8 and 12%. That is what you want to strive for. And if you're outside of that range, then either above that range or below that range, in fact, then that will actually like cause you detriment. And we can categorize these 6 attractors into 3 different groups. So you've got things like your behavior, so your personality and your game. This is like what you show, have on the inside, like your knowledge or everything like that. So how good you are at like talking to women, things like that. And then you have like your external factors. So your money and status is like what you have, the positions you hold, like where you are in society, things like that. And then obviously you have looks. So everything superficial on the outside of yourself. And now I'm going to go over like where each of the 3 pills will position the 6 attractors of women. And I've got like categories for each of these as well. So the first category will be a non-negotiable, like this is like your S tier. So if you don't have this, then it is impossible. It doesn't matter if you have every other thing. You have 5 out of 6 like max points. If you are lacking this one thing, then that means it's finished. It's impossible for you to attract women. And then we have our very important things, slash like this will give you like a big bonus, a huge edge. Like this is your A tier thing, so to speak. So this will like give you huge bonuses, like in helping. Fairly important. So like this will give you a little boost. It won't like cause like a huge change in the difference in your dating life, but having it will like help. It will give you a little step up. And then this category doesn't exist, or it's like irrelevant. So it means they don't even see it as an attractor of women. It's just like, so it's just not a thing, or it just doesn't matter. Like, it's irrelevant. And then we have our F tier, which is like detrimental. So practicing this will actually ruin your chances. It will make them worse for you. So we'll start off with the blue pill. So first, obviously, the blue pill would say personality is a non-negotiable. Like, it is a requirement. If you're not kind, then it is finished for you. You're never going to be able to attract women. It doesn't matter if you're the best looking, richest person on the planet. Blue pillars will tell you that if you're not kind, then like, this is the kind of things that you see in Disney films, which I mentioned earlier, that you get like the low status servant, steward, who's not particularly good looking, but he's got a warm heart, he's kind, and he is the one who ends up attracting the woman over the arsehole prince who's rich, high status, good looking. And then you have, so there are no very important things under the blue pill. They also have a couple of fairly important bonuses, so face and body. Like, you still have this idea of love at first sight under the blue pill, like you see in movies, like Disney films. So like they are like a bonus. Doesn't exist. So like height. If you ask girls for like, if you're a short guy and you ask them about your height, they will tell you, oh, height doesn't matter to me. It's not a thing. So it doesn't, like, it's irrelevant, basically. However, there is a discrepancy there, which I've put in brackets, that some blue pillars will also say that height is fairly important, because girls will say, oh, height doesn't matter to me, but as long as they're taller than me. So if a girl is 5'3", if the man is 5'2", then she's not going to want him. But the man, if he's 5'5" or anywhere 6 foot, whatever, it doesn't matter. As long as the man is taller, then it's fine. It's not a problem. Then you also have this idea that for the blue pill, that money and status don't matter. They're irrelevant in terms of attracting women. That they don't care about money. That is what girls will tell you. They don't care about money. It doesn't matter how good looking or whatever somebody is. Like, no, it doesn't matter how much money somebody has. Like, they don't care really. So they don't think it's relevant. And then there's one more thing. So they would, the blue pillars will also say that game is actually like detrimental in your chances of attracting women. So they will think it's like manipulating women, almost like you're trying to learn all these strategies to like try to gain an advantage, but they're actually like they'd think it's almost overthinking it as well. They would say, oh yeah, it shouldn't take this much work, that you should just be yourself and you shouldn't try to like learn this pickup. It's toxic in a way. And then there's also a discrepancy there, I put in brackets again, doesn't exist. So if you ask like a lot of blue pillars or girls, whatever, if you ask them like what is game, they won't have a clue. They won't even know it's really a thing. They won't be aware of it. Like, that is only something you become aware of once you reach the red pill stage / black pill. Okay, moving on to the red pill. So non-negotiable, there are two things. So, and these are the only two things you really need. And if you don't have these two things in the red pill, then you're not going to be able to attract women. So the first one is game. So you need to like be able to be good at talking to girls, like making them laugh. You need to be funny, and that is like going to be the main concept under the red pill. You also need to have a good body. So like there is a huge focus on like going to the gym, diet, like getting lean physique under the red pill. Like that is quite important. It also has very important. This will give you a huge edge. So like they under the red pill, they encourage you to like work on yourself, work on your status, get a high paying job, work on your career, and then the girls will like come after that pretty much. And then we come on to the like fairly important / bonuses, and we have like two things for the red pill on that. So red pillars will acknowledge that taller people and better looking people will do slightly better but they don't think it's like the be all and end all. They think that they will have a slight edge. They think that they'll like it's almost like a bonus. Like these are like the main things that you need to attract women, and then these things will like give you a little boost. But they won't like you can't rely on these things. So you still need to have the confidence to gain the physique to go with it. And then moving on to the last thing, red pillars. This one's interesting because red pillars, I think there's going to be a lot of backlash on this, but red pillars will say that personality will actually be detrimental in terms of you attracting women. So they will say that girls don't actually like nice guys. They want to be treated by arseholes. They actually like arseholes. Sorry. They want men to ignore them. They're the kind of people that they like. So having a good personality, being a nice guy will actually cause you to have negative results. Moving on to the black pill. So the black pill has two non-negotiables, face and height. So if you're, and the point where it becomes non-negotiable is if you're sub 5 in the face, well, mostly sub 5, most definitely sub 4. So if you're a 1 to 3 out of 10 in the face, then it doesn't matter if you do 100 approaches, 10,000 approaches, then every single girl will coldly reject you. They will think you are subhuman at this point. They will like look at you in disgust. They won't even give you the time of day to say hello or have even a 2-minute conversation with you. Like you've already been rejected before you even approach them. Like they've decided in the first 0.2 seconds of looking at your face that you are subhuman and that you like don't even deserve to talk to them. And the other thing that's non-negotiable is height. And the point where this becomes non-negotiable is anywhere like below 5'6". So if you're sub 5'6", so if you're 5'5", 5'4", say, then you will like get their treatment of like not being a man. Like they won't look at you like a man. They will look through their eyes like you're a boy. That they won't talk to you with respect. They won't see any physical attraction to you, and it doesn't matter how many of the other things you have. Like if you're 5'3" and you have a good-looking face and a really shredded body, and you're high status, you'll end up being perceived as a manlet. Like all those other things that you have end up look like overcompensating for the lack of height that you have. Like that's what the vibe that you'll give off. Moving on to very important things. And now there's going to be a lot of discussion about this. So like there is the discrepancy here. We'll start with game. So game is still going to be a huge bonus. Like it's still going to be very important for attracting women. So if you're at a bar, you've got a good face and you've got good height, but you lack confidence, like you'll still get some girls like approaching you, and you will be able to do well. Like that's why game is not a non-negotiable. But having that extra confidence, having that extra boost, like being able to talk to women, make them laugh, it will just smooth things out so much easier for you. Like, and it will help. And the discrepancy that I've also put doesn't exist. So a lot of black pillars will say, oh, things like game, and same goes with personality, which is coming somewhere down here, that it doesn't exist. Like because your looks is your game, your looks is your personality. So there is that discrepancy there. But I would still argue that like game / confidence, whatever you want to call it, is still going to give you a big bonus, and it's still going to be very important in terms of attracting women. Body, of course, like anything superficial, like this is the foundation of the black pill, that all of the looks factors are going to be the most important in generating attraction, and also status and money. This is going to give you like a huge boost as well. So you can be like tall, good looking, with a good body, but if you work at McDonald's, then like you might get rejected, like if quite a bit, or it will just make it a bit more difficult. So like having the extra status and money, like a high paying job, will like skyrocket your results. Like it will mean the difference between getting like 10 successful approaches and getting 100 successful approaches. We then have personality. I still think this is fairly important, a bonus. A lot of people are going to disagree with this, the black pillars. They're going to think, oh, it doesn't exist because your looks is your personality, but I still would think that it is fairly important. Maybe not in the early stages so much, but mainly like in terms of creating like lasting relationships. Like that is going to be like a key driving force in keeping the relationship going. So you don't want to be boring, like you need to be somewhat interesting. And so we're now going to like move on to the analysis of this table. So like, how does everything fit in? So the first thing to note is that the black pill prioritizes genetics. So the three like main genetic things that you're going to get is your face and your height, and also like partially your body, which is like half environmental, half genetic. While other things are going to, so like the red pill is going to praise your environmental factors. So things like game and your body and your status, which are mostly environmental, or like a lot more environmental than your face and height. They're going to prioritize those things. So like things that you can change, things that you can work on are prioritized. The next analysis I've got is the uptrend from the blue pill to the black pill. So according to the blue pill, like it's fairly easy. All you need is a good personality, and then having face and body will like give you a bonus, and that's all you really need. Like it pictures like attracting women is easy. And the red pill like simplifies things as well. Like it's quite simple again. So all you need to do is just learn game, go to the gym, get a good job, and then that's it. And then these things like will give you a little boost again, and that's it. Fairly straightforward. And then the black pill, this is where it like gets difficult. You need to have like none of the 6 things are in the bottom 2 categories. Everything is at least somewhat important. 2 things are non-negotiable, whereas the blue pill only has 1, red pill has 2, and then when it comes to the very important, black pill has 3, red pill has 1. So like so this pretty much epitomizes the fact that women have really high standards, that you need to be ticking all of these boxes, all of them. Well, definitely these 2, and you'll get like these 3 things are also like crucial. But even personality, the lowest one, is still relatively important. So there is an uptrend as people move from the blue pill to the red pill to the black pill, that they will realise that women have like really high standards. The next one is that a lot of people think that the blue pill opposes the black pill, when it's actually more that the blue pill opposes the red pill. So the blue pill is almost a reflection of the red pill. So the red pill would say that the personality is at the bottom, that it will hurt you. Blue pill will say that the personality is the most important thing. It's a non-negotiable, it's a requirement. Likewise, game is the lowest on the blue pill's list and the highest on the red pill's list. So like these 2 things like oppose each other. And then the black pill is like kind of a separate entity almost. Next analysis, that most men will speak/advise the red pill, but then they will actually behave like by the blue pill. So if you ever ask men for like dating advice, they will tell you, oh yeah, you just need to be confident, things like that. But then if you actually watch those same men like do approaches, and if you like read their texts and you look at their behaviour, then it like screams the blue pill. So like they will always be available, they will put women on a pedestal, they will like take them out on dates, pay for everything, everything that is like goes against the red pill. Meanwhile, women will speak/advise the blue pill. So they will tell men, if you ever ask women for dating advice, they will tell you this. They will tell you, oh, you just need to be kind. But then they will actually behave by the black pill. So women will tell you, oh no, we only care about personality. That's the only thing that matters. You just need to be nice. But then if you actually look at their behaviour, if you look at the things like Tinder studies and like real life footage in fields, then they will it will show that they're prioritising face, height, then body, and then like these things are secondary. And then the last analysis that I've got is that it's also, this table isn't like clean cut. So it's also like dependent on your environment as well. So there are 3 environments that you can use to attract women, which is online. Then you have the cold approach, which is like going up to women in the street, in bars, things like that, women you've never seen before, and the warm approach, which is the warm approach, which is approaching women that you already know, friends of friends, through work, college, school, etc., clubs, whatever. So people that you already know, like there's already that like initial thing that you have in common. And the way that this table is not clean cut is because depending on your environment, the orders will slightly differ depending in which of those 3 environments you're in. So just for example, in a warm environment, status will like be more important than game and maybe body. So like in an office environment, like the CEOs, the managers, the top executives will have like will be more higher up. They will do better than the like average employees, like your office workers, who will also do better than the janitors, cleaners. Meanwhile, in a cold environment, then game will be more important. That will take, and personality, like they will be more prominent, because that is like the forefront of your of like those environments. So if you're in a club like or a bar, then you need to like have better game. While things like status and money won't really matter. Like if you're in a bar, it doesn't matter if you've got like £150 notes in your pocket. It isn't going to matter. But if you're like good at talking to women, like going up to them, chatting to them, making them laugh, then that's going to be more prevalent. And in the online environment, things don't really change. Like this is the sort of thing you'll see that the looks ones will still be like more important. There is an element of game, element of status and money, but it's mostly going to be focused on looks.